Hi, Barry Thompson from BoatMags.com. Well, today we're on the Nimbus 305. Now, Nimbus is a Swedish brand. It's not a brand that's very well known in New Zealand. Recently, Sports Marine got the agency for Nimbus for New Zealand and Australia, and the Nimbus 305 is the first model that they brought in. They had it at the Auckland Boat Show, Hutchwilco Boat Show, and it was very, very successful. A lot of interest in it. There's 9 models in the Nimbus range. The 305 is the smallest of the 3 in the Coupe range. Now, the big thing is this boat is shaft drive. Now, you don't find a lot of boats 10 metres long that are shaft drives. And it's got a lot of other interesting features which I find really surprising for a boat of this size. Like everything Swedish, it's exceptionally well built with a lot of innovations, a lot of good ideas. Right, we're out in the cockpit of the Nimbus 305, and this cockpit's designed for entertaining and sitting and relaxing. Big L-shaped settee around here with storage underneath, dining table here, fold those in like that. This is a nice piece of teak. Great spot to relax. Overhead, I like this. This is an extended cockpit roof, and it goes all the way back, so you've got full protection from the sun and so forth and the rain. But these clears all drop down, so you get a really big area. Walk through here, and you might notice there's no rod holders. So when it comes into New Zealand, Sports Marine Kiwi-ify it. So this here at the moment is for fenders, but you could take this out. Good area to fish from. You can modify this quite easily. Boarding ladder, and because there's no stern drive, it's nice and easy. There's nothing to get in the way. Over this side here, we've got the locker for the shore power, and then we walk back inside. On the starboard side, it's quite a wide walkway. On the port side, there's virtually none, and it's quite a lot higher. This is a proper trench. The idea for this is so they can move forward easy, and it also maximises the space inside. So if we walk up here, nice wide side decks, good handrails to hang on to. So you see up here on the deck area, we've got drink holders either side. That's because the centre here, they put a nice big cushion on, so it's a big sun pad. Great little spot. See how the bow rail stops and splits. And the reason for that is in Sweden, when you do your boating, a lot of it's right up hard against deep rocks and so forth, so you just step out. But to make that even easier, what they've done is get this ladder here, that drops down, deep anchor locker, huge amount of space, Lumar caps then built in, and obviously all operated from the cockpit. And I like the way it recesses through the hull so you don't see any of that. Now the interior is really airy and spacious, and this has helped a lot by the sunroofs up above here. The forward two open and they slide. A lot of light and ventilation in. The aft ones are covered. But what there's also, how about this? There's these covers that go over it. Now, when you finish with them, they go up there. So you can get the sun completely out and keep the shade into it. Now you've got the normal dinette style of seating here. A couple of people either side, have a nice meal. Sometimes these things get in the way when there's only 2 of you, so how about this? You fold that back, just opens it up and doesn't make it so crammed. Now, considering there's a cabin down below and you've got an issue with head height, you can't use this bolster and put it over because you'd be sitting right down. So you do this, and that's cantilevered and brings it up much higher. You step up here and look at that. Now you've got an opening side window here, sliding side window, ventilation. You've got your hatch up here. You can actually stand in here if you want to and look out. The kids could stand there. But you've got enough room for 2 adults here, adult and a couple of kids. It's a really very efficient way of making use of the space. A lot of attention gone into the helm and the way it's all positioned. It's nicely laid out. There's plenty of real estate to put big multifunction displays on. Got VHF here. Controls are all nicely at hand. And what I like here, and you don't really find this in a 30-foot boat, sliding door. Now you slide the sunroof back and stand on the footrest here, and you can do your driving from here coming into a dock or something like that. This is only a single engine boat. We've got a bow and stern thruster, and when you just learn how to use those, it's easy peasy to get it in, no problem at all. This is a 9-inch Simrad. You can put a much larger screen on here. You've got all your necessary controls, everything easy at hand. But how about this? The Swedes think of everything. Even got a fire extinguisher, and then the whole fuse board here, and your switches to turn everything on and off. So the seat here folds up just to give you a little bit more preparation space when you're cooking. The galley's compact but absolutely perfect for a boat this size, where there's only 4, maybe 6 people. So under the Corian bench top, twin stainless sinks, a ceramic LPG 2-burner with a vent here to pull all the odours away. Beneath that, a stainless steel oven. And what I like is when you buy the boat, you get all this. Everything's already named with a little Nimbus symbol on, so you don't even have to buy anything there. And underneath the seat here is another isotherm little freezer. This aft cabin, which is underneath all the cockpit, is huge. It's over 2 metre long berths. Toilet is pretty tricky. So what Nimbus have done, they come up with a really cool idea. They've combined the toilet and the shower into one. So there's the, slide that over there, got a handheld shower, stand up, away you go. Okay, we're going to use the toilet. You lift that up, there's the toilet underneath. You've got a nice Corian bench top, stainless steel bowl, and a mirror up above and storage below. Okay, this is the main cabin. It's available with a V-berth like this, or you can get an infill to make it into one big berth. Storage, of course, underneath, and access down here to the bow thruster. There's a hanging locker on one side, overhead hatchlets and some light and ventilation. Got opening ports, 1 on the starboard side and 2 on the port side. Reasonable standing headroom, I'm reasonably tall, and what's also good in here and through the whole boat is lots of LED lighting, all sunken away, and good mood lighting through the boat, so that you don't feel claustrophobic and closed up. We took it out in some reasonably choppy water out there, and it was going very, very nicely, very, very comfortably at 16 to 18 knots, and it's a semi-displacement hull. So with the single Volvo that we have in it, the diesel at 220 horsepower, we get about 22 knots. So it's not a fast boat. It's overall pretty awesome boat. A lot more in it than I thought there'd be. They're very, very well finished, very well appointed. The Swedes certainly know how to make a boat and do that little bit extra of innovations, make it a little bit smarter than the others.